You know, the United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the ape, the young man who has become a legend in his own time. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Alrighty then, if you can't handle the truth, change the channel. What's up, everybody? Yours truly, Ron Kelly, the Ron Kelly Show, featuring the lovely and talented Princess Love Mills. Hello, Princess. How are you? How you doing? Welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Ron. I'm happy to be here.
I am so happy to have you. Absolutely. All right, everybody, we have a great show. We're going to jump right into it. By the way, I did watch The Harder They Fall last night, and I'll tell you what I think later on in the program. But first and foremost, a disclaimer. You guys know, I got to say this, so I got to let you guys know that the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself, Princess Love Mills, and R. Kelly Media, LLC, and are not those of my advertisers or my support team. So everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me once again, joining us. I got to get used to saying us, because it ain't just me no more. It's us. Princess Love Mills is with me, and she will be with me. She will be part of the show. Look at the people are popping up already. That she will be integral part. She's my co-host. She's my partner here on the Ron Kelly Show, featuring Princess Love Mills. Okay, so and shout out to my sponsor, Amica and Porterfield Transportation. I'll get into that a little bit later on during the break. Okay, so the defense is rested in the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial, and closing arguments start on Monday. You know what? It's a shame, Princess, that, here in 2021, Black folks got to hope. We got to hope and pray and get down on one knee and beg for justice. And it's a shame that we can't, we can't just assume, even under the circumstances what happened with Ahmaud Arbery, we can't assume that we're going to get justice. It's just a shame.
It is.
It's awful. What do you think?
I don't know. I come from the South, and I just see it as we've come a long way and not a whole lot has changed.
Yeah. There's still a long, we've come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. Even though it's clear that, it was wrong or what happened to him, but we still have to beg for justice. Rittenhouse jury has been deliberating for 3 days for the trial of the little white boy who killed, I don't want to say white, but killed 2 people, injured 1, and walked right past a slew of police officers with an AR-15 slung over his shoulder. So we know what would have happened if it was one of us.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I did. So thank you, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Thursday once again, and we got a fantastic show lined up for you people. So everybody strap in, get your juice, your water, your Henny, whatever it is that you enjoy doing the Ron Kelly Show, and featuring Princess Love Mills. And yes, that is her real name. So before y'all start asking me, is that a real name? Yes, that is her real name, Princess, the lovely and talented Princess Love Mills. Okay, so all right, so we got a great show. We got a couple topics. We a couple of segments we think you guys be interested in. And I did watch. I know many of you. I saw it on Facebook and all. Many of you did watch the movie with just about every Black famous person. The only person missing was Denzel, I think. Everybody else was in it. And I did watch the movie last night. So, Princess, you said that you.
I did.
You said that it brought, by watching the movie, it brought up some issues, or brought up it just brought up some issues with you. Now, what were they?
Well, it gave a revelation to a space within me that I didn't know was there. Now I see a chat here. Are they able to chime in with us? I can't see that.
Yes, they can. Yes, okay, they can.
Yeah. So I am just had a birthday, so I'm 54 years old. I've been on quite a few times.
How old?
54.
Get out. No. No.
November. I'm a November baby.
Wow. Unbelievable.
So, just saying that I've had a lot of life, and so to watch that movie and have it impact me the way it did was super special. I don't know how many of you did watch it. I will confess that in the beginning, I was excited about it because of the cast, but it popped off with a lot of rough stuff, a lot of life and blood being spilt. And I didn't really want to watch it, but I was watching it with a friend and they kept saying, just watch the movie, you're going to feel some kind of way about it. But what they didn't know is where I really was going to go with it. So we all have daddy issues, right? And up until about maybe 5-6 years ago, I had convinced myself that I really didn't have daddy issues. My biological father didn't raise me, but another father did from a very young age. So I had the substitute dad, and sometimes that works. However, my father had been in Vietnam. And so when he came back from the war, he really wasn't himself. And so the relationship with my mother was not one that could last. And so they were separated and they were divorced. But as a child, my parents explained to me that my biological father never petitioned for me when they decided to allow my new dad to adopt me. Now, as a child, I didn't really know what that meant, but in my mind, it kind of meant, well, he didn't really want me. Well, he didn't really love me. So with that, I kind of put that just in the back of my head because I had tremendous love in my life. I had a grandmother who I would do anything for. And my name is Love. So I was love. I became love. I don't know if I became more love or sought love more because of that. But when I watched this movie, not only did I feel like I wasn't loved or wasn't wanted, which checks into your value system. In the movie, the character of Rufus Buck, what happened to him, what his dad did, beating him and his mom. Now, that didn't happen to me. But leaving him and going away and becoming a man of God, which is great. But he failed to go back to help heal that child that he destroyed. And he replaced them. And so I watched that movie, and the next day I go, wait a minute. That's what I felt because I was told he didn't fight for me. And later my father, he did have a family. He got married and he had a daughter. So I felt replaced. And this is where the daddy issues came in relationships for me because I'm not a jealous person. I'm pretty confident, pretty much know who I am. But in a relationship, and an intimate relationship or even a friendship, if there was a threat that I could be replaced, my behavior was very different. So I realized a lot of behaviors and choices I made in the past were not because simply I thought someone didn't want me, I'm not their cup of tea or whatever, but the fear of being replaced. Because being replaced is kind of like being erased. And so when I had that revelation, I was so excited because some people would say demon. I could put that demon down and it could no longer show up for me in the same way. I felt like, a heavy burden was lifted from me and I can go about my life. I'd already forgiven my dad. He's actually no longer with us. I've come to terms with that. I still talk to him anyway. But it let me release some of that. And I think we all have some sort of daddy issue or mommy issue. Unfortunately, there's no manual that comes with us when we come into this world. Some people get it really good and some people don't. And when I thought I'd share this, because I shared it with a few people in my family, a little bit that came up, am I embarrassed? Am I ashamed? And we've got to cancel this shame culture, right? We've got this cancel culture where we want to cancel anything and everybody who doesn't agree with us instead of just acknowledging difference, and difference is okay. And we have to do the same thing for shame, because if we are so shameful to share our experiences, then someone else who really needs to hear your story and know that they're okay and someone else has experienced this, they don't get it. So share your stories. If something touches you, go with it. We can get messages from God, the spirit, whatever you want to call it, from everywhere. We shouldn't limit ourselves. And art imitates life and life imitates art. So that's my story.
So that's part. So because we didn't see that though. We didn't see, like in the movie, they didn't show Idris Elba, who was what's the name, Buck. They
Yeah.
didn't show his family, you know, him being
They
home.
didn't, but they told the
They-
story. See, I was
Mhm.
really paying attention because he told that story of what his father did to him. Said that he would beat his mother bad, and then when he tried to interfere, that he took his wrath out on him, and that he beat her so bad that it lended to her death. And what he did is took everything they owned and left him for rot.
Yeah, because I was kind of, you know, because I didn't, you know, because I didn't, you know, I didn't realize it until the end of the movie,
Right.
just about the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But when he first, when Idris first went to the house and killed the mother and the father, I didn't know at that time why he did it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
none of us did.
Yeah,
That's
no.
why it was so hard for
Yeah.
me to continue watching. I'm like, I can't just watch this and not know why it's happening. So,
Yeah.
but I did manage to watch the whole thing.
With the blood and the guts going on, I guess it was hard to follow the storyline. Because the storyline was blood and guts.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but it was. I did watch it, and yeah, and he carried that. He carried those feelings around all his life.
He did.
Yeah,
He was determined. His only mission after that was to find his father and get revenge, and he did.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that did he expect? He put the cross on the kid's head, and I didn't see at the beginning. We didn't know whether he had killed the kid,
Right.
or he just cut the kid. We didn't
Yeah.
know.
Well, he addressed it later. He said he did that so that he would be able to recognize him when he came for him, because he knew that his brother, even though the brother didn't know he was the brother, he knew his brother was going to come for him,
Wow.
and he wanted to be able to identify him.
Yeah, it was so, you know, and at the end, it was a long movie, painfully long, but it was good. I think that you know, the pain, like people like me, for example, who've got, I don't know if you call it daddy issues, but I had like issues like with my mother not letting my father see me and stuff like that. And it does carry into your adult life. So you mentioned that you, so in your adult life, in relationships, you felt like did you feel, because of what happened with your father?
There were times that if I felt like I was grooving with someone, you know, is that an old word?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
And that it was nice. Just wanting to keep them close, you know, which is nothing wrong with that, but found myself feeling what could have been considered jealousy, but it really wasn't jealousy because it went deeper than I want what you got or something like that.
Yeah. So is it abandonment? Did it become like an abandonment issue?
I think replacement is the ultimate abandonment. So it's not just that, you know, I left you or I'm not with you. Is who are you? Yeah. I've replaced you. I have a new little girl. I have a new wife. There's no need for you. You know, there's no space here for you. And not that happened, but children don't know how to give the proper assessment to what happens in their lives. And that's why it carries, because most of the time, there's no one there to help them translate that or grow that memory or that thought pattern to evolve as they evolve.
So, but so now moving on to your adult life, mm-hmm. Did you feel like there was a chance that you can be replaced again?
Yeah, and so many times what I would do, I would leave before, if I felt that threat, I would leave.
Yeah.
Someone's not going to do this to me again. You know, that undercover.
Right. Even if the person's not thinking about leaving you.
Right.
It's just that
if there's any type of behavior that makes me think I could be replaced, likely I would leave first.
Wow. 14 minutes past the hour, everybody. This is Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. And, and the acknowledgement of these things is healing.
It is. It's freeing. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. The acknowledgement is healing, because I was like kind of embarrassed to tell anybody, what happened with my mother and my father. My mother wouldn't let me see my father, and I could run over him and, bump into him at the supermarket and not know who he was. And I was embarrassed to say that to anybody, because most people, even if they had issues, family issues, at least they knew, even if they hated their father, at least they knew who to hate, so to speak. So it was really difficult to speak about that, but it is healing. It is freeing, but because it has freed me, and I'm just, like I told you, I did the ancestry DNA. Hey, maybe I'll find somebody who,
you might find another sibling.
Yeah, I might find another sibling because I'm pretty sure that there were some other kids running around from my father. And maybe I'll find one of them, and maybe even if he's not here no longer, at least I can say, okay, maybe somebody can tell me about him, because you feel kind of lost, because especially as a boy, you want to see who that person was, who that man was.
Like a model of who you're supposed to be.
Yeah, right. Yeah, who I'm supposed to be. And because I have a vague recollection of being in a bar like when I was like 6 years old and drinking soda downtown Jersey City years and years ago. But that's it. So I had to come to terms with that. I had to like no longer be embarrassed by that, because it was out of my control anyway. There wasn't really anything I can do about it. So now I'm grown and I'm taking some steps to try to, to find out who's who. And I'm not embarrassed to say it to the thousands of people that are watching this right now. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
And it's funny, in our society, if you're lacking anything, somehow there's embarrassment. If you've had food insecurity, if you have a house insecurity, if you don't have these things, it's like automatically subdued to, a shame. I can't let anyone know this. I can't share this. I can't show this part of me. And healing never comes if we keep that up. Yeah,
because you don't have a new car, and or you don't have what Joe Schmo has.
Yeah,
the stigma. And it's self-imposed. It's something
it's all the mindset.
Yeah, it's something that we put on ourselves. All right, everybody. It's 17 minutes past the hour. It's the brand new Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. I think we'll take a quick break, and we got a lot more to talk about. And I really want to talk about the internet dating stuff, because the stories that I heard. but we still got a couple seconds left. So, what you're talking about, the daddy issues, because it gives some clarity to, just thinking that the woman is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with her? But the problem is that at least you talked about it. Yeah. So have you had to speak to somebody, a significant other? Have you had to talk to them about what you were feeling, or no?
No, not yet, not in that position, but I have been able to share with a couple of friends that are like my posse that help me process things, and that male and female. So it's been beneficial. And I know going forward, I will walk with the freedom that is mine.
That's right.
Right? Because we don't want to own people. Don't own people. Can't own people. People need to be free. You need to be free to love people as they are, and not only if you think they're going to do what you want them to do. Life is so much more exciting when you don't know what's going to happen next.
Absolutely. And also, and people have to be, we can't hold people hostage.
Yeah. And everyone's not going to respond and act in the way we want them to. So we have to let people be themselves.
All right, ladies, you're listening to that? Anyway, everybody, it's the Ron Kelly Show. It's Princess Love Mills. We'll be back in just a moment with more. It's the Ron Kelly Show. It's featuring Princess Love Mills, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. We're just all over the place. We'll be back in just a moment with more of the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging around. It's the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills, and it's on YouTube Live right now, and it's on Facebook Live as well. Shout out to my sponsor, Amaker Porterfield Transportation. You know, Amaker Porterfield Transportation. For 40 years, Amaker Porterfield Transportation has been your source for your transportation needs. Schools, businesses, churches, you name it, medical transportation, you name it, Amaker Porterfield can handle it. Give them a call, 908-753-6423. That's 908-753-6423. Amaker Porterfield Transportation, providing transportation for all of your transportation needs. All right, we are back. It's about 21 minutes past the hour. It's the Ron Kelly Show featuring lovely and talented Princess Love Mills, and it's on live on Facebook Live and on I haven't seen a comment yet. What's up with you people? It's on Facebook Live and it's on YouTube Live as well. And y'all watching, but nobody's saying nothing. We must be striking some nerves or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that makes, you know, because to pull that along just a little bit more, you know, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
it made me also think of younger in life when I had just girlfriends, and even girlfriends would do that, try to monopolize your time and say, well, this is my friend, not your friend. You know, that happens.
Oh,
and
remember that? Yeah.
It could be some of the same thing, that feeling replaced, the abandonment, whatever. Now, I didn't have that, but I remember observing that as a younger woman, like in high school and like in college, you know, people attached to who they want to attach to, and they have these complicated relationships.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah, because it helps by you talking about that. It helped me because a lot of times we don't understand, like we as men don't understand like the emotional roller coasters and things that go on with women. And sometimes it's not us, it's something from their
Oh, it always is. Whatever a person is going through really isn't about anyone else. It's what they have told themselves on the inside. It's what they're believing about their own story. And the other thing is, because we don't remember things the way we're supposed to, our memory is only a small percentage of what really happened.
Right.
So if you're not remembering it right, then you're hearing stories about other people and their relationships and their parents or whatever. You kind of compound it and adds to it. So in the end, it's probably not what it was, but it doesn't matter because you've decided what it is.
Yeah. It definitely, because it's not enough communication. Because I think that we want to be, in a lot of cases, and men too, that women, we want to be strong, you know, strong black man, strong black woman. I don't have any feelings, you know.
Right.
And the communication, you know, is lost. But we live and we learn, and you know, and we come to the realization that we have to communicate our feelings to people in order for them to get an understanding of us.
Exactly. And when you have a revelation, you really need to share it, especially if you're in a relationship, because it's going to help them and it's going to help you.
Yeah, because my issues with my father doesn't really affect me as in regard. Maybe I'll do a little more research.
Yeah, I was about to
maybe
say
before I go there.
Explore that. Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody. In case you're wondering who this is, it's the lovely and talented Princess Love Mills, coming back to the Ron Kelly Show for another round. Absolutely, let's take it, shoot it, another go at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys saw and see, you got to start following Princess Love Mills too. Okay, it's not all about me. And we'll put together a joint page where you can, we'll put together a joint page. Or I'll make some adjustments to the page that's there now so you can make your comments. And then nobody has said a word tonight. That's so unusual that nobody has said anything. But
how many visitors do we have?
I can't really tell how many visitors there are because I can't see what's on YouTube right now. And Facebook, you can't really see everybody on
Okay.
this YouTube, this Facebook Live, but there's some people there.
Yeah.
There's some people there. Okay, everybody. It's about 26 minutes past the hour. We got some other things to talk about, and maybe we'll do a part 2 on that daddy issue, mommy issue, how it affects you in relationships. But we were, I spoke to someone. Internet dating. I'll get to that, but I spoke to somebody about a young lady who was a candidate, I guess you could say, and she, and she talked about the past relationship, and she said that the relationship ended because of the sexual inefficiency or whatever of the guy that she was with. And I'm saying, like, well, why didn't you tell him? And she didn't have an answer. She didn't have an answer. So the question would be, what, I mean, this is Dr. Ruth, Dr. Phil show, but the question would be, why wouldn't you just tell, why wouldn't you just tell? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. A couple people, they're
Chiming in now.
they're chiming in, but I can't see these jokers.
Oh.
Okay, but they are chiming in.
Okay.
But I can't see their. Maybe
Well,
they just.
Can I
Maybe
ask a question, Ron?
Sure.
Did she not say anything at all? Never?
No.
So did he not know?
Well, she said that he had the issues coming in.
Okay.
He had the issues coming in, and before anything even happened between them, he had already said that. He had already said, "Why are you people messaging me? Do it on Facebook. What's wrong with you people?
Was
Do
there
it
a
on
medical reason?
Facebook." No, they're messaging me on Facebook, but they're not messaging me on the show, and they're watching.
Yeah. So what was the message? What did
Message
they-
me. I'm getting the message somehow or another. So just
Okay.
keep watching. Definitely keep watching. So I got to send you a shirt too, Ron Kelly Show shirt. We'll do that later. But yeah, the issues were already there because But let's say, notwithstanding her, let's just say that you're in a relationship and you don't say that the sexual part of the relationship is bad. I mean, what? I guess maybe because she felt like she, let's just speaking in general, maybe she felt like she would hurt the person's feelings if she told him that, hey, look, sex is not good, and the relationship ended because of that.
How long were they together?
You know what? That I don't know, but yeah, that would be something I would have to ask. But I've talked to women, and I've talked to women who have said that they're in relationships, but they're afraid to tell a man, or vice versa, that there's a problem. Houston, we have a problem.
Well, he knew there was a problem.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, in this situation, he knew. He knew that there was.
So what steps were taken? If he comes in knowing that's a problem, there's a whole gamut of fun things you can use as resources to help every situation.
Yeah, of course. And, and she's communicated to me that, she tried, to do the, different things, going to the Fredericks of Hollywood, or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to say the name of the place. But she said that she did some things. And see, what happened was that the guy's confidence was so bad that he just, Nikki Totten is here. Okay, let me just segue over to this this message. Nikki Totten says, within this year, I found men don't want to hear what you have to say. I guess she's going back to what we talked about in the first segment. Within this year, I found men don't want to hear what you have to say. They just want you to listen. I was just told this last night. I said it's called a conversation, but then I became too opinionated. SMH. So I'm not sure what, maybe she can expound on that a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. But she said that basically that men don't want to hear what you have to say. They just want you to listen. Basically.
Well, maybe that's the men that she's attracted, but I've met some men that actually want conversation because they don't want to be blindsided. You know, they if it's a mutual relationship, if he cares about you, of course he doesn't want to hear only problems, but he wants to hear what you're thinking, what you're feeling. But my next question about the young lady you shared is, how old is she? Has she come to menopause? You know, a lot of stuff happens with the body over time.
Yeah, I don't know if she came to menopause, but she did say that but she's 50.
Right. But, you know, guess what? Some young ladies are forced into menopause. There's this huge movement to take young Black women's uteruses. So if your uterus is taken from you for whatever reason they tell you, you are forced into menopause at a young age prior to, you know, much younger than you would have it naturally. So, and that changes things. So just wondering.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know if she's had like a hysterectomy or anything like that. But the problem, and I said, like, well, why didn't you tell a guy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why didn't you tell the guy that, hey, you know, but it's a unique type of situation because he already knew, and he had even mentioned to her what his issues were. Mm-hmm. So it's not a general type of conversation, but if you're notwithstanding her, we'll put her to the side for a second, and you're in a relationship with somebody and the sexual part of the relationship is not good, then why wouldn't you? I mean, I know it's probably not an easy thing to do to tell a man or a woman, hey, look, you know, you're deficient in this area. It's probably not the easiest thing to do. And it would probably be hard for me to say, you know, I don't know if I would say anything or not. Actually, to be 100%. Who is messaging me? Would you stop? I have to. You know what? I'll check your messages during the break for the people who are messaging me. But thank you, and I appreciate you 100%. You know, I don't know, Princess, if I would say anything.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But if it's a new relationship, maybe it doesn't come out. But if you guys are trying to hang with each other, it's got to come out. It has to be addressed because it's a very important part of any real good relationship.
Yeah, but you don't want to get mad, you know, and then say it when you're mad, like you suck.
Well, don't talk about it when you're mad, or don't talk about it when you're frustrated. You know,
that's easy for you to say. But, you know, we're looking for, now I want to hurt you with it. You know,
right.
Now I want to hurt you with it.
But see, but then at the same time, that's not fair, because if he came in saying, look, I have this issue, right? So he was willing. Think about how many people that won't come up front with that.
Yeah, so you got to give old boy credit because he did come out and say it. Yeah, you got to give him some.
And maybe he had a bad experience. Maybe there's a medical condition. Who knows? You know, we don't really have all the information to be able to properly assess the situation.
Well, the problem was that, you know, they say everything is bigger in Texas, but old boy didn't live in Texas.
Well, you know, they said it ain't about the size of the ship, it's the motion.
Oh my God. How many times have I heard that nonsense that y'all be, it ain't the size of the ship, it's the motion. How many times have I heard that craziness? I mean, it sounds good.
Well, but good. What are they willing to explore? There's so much more than just traditional.
Well, she said that, you know, we'll see, but when you, as a man, you know, as a man, if you have that issue, you know, it's gonna, because I've talked to a lot of women, and some women say, I can tell a man, when a man has a lot of confidence, everything must be good with him. You know, when a man is a little timid and a little withdrawn, then there might be some issues going on.
I don't think that's always the case.
No, probably
Some
not.
People have a little bit more confidence than maybe, you know, they should.
And they should, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. They might be faking the funk. Everybody, it's 35 minutes past the hour. So Nikki Totten, she comes back and she says, what she's saying, Princess, what I'm saying, yes, in my experience, men don't want to hear your concerns, but want you to hear theirs. I call this one-sided. And I want you to comment on this. If you have something that you believe is lacking in a relationship, they don't want to address it.
Right. I think if a man is not willing to listen to you, he's not the man for you. A real relationship is like a tennis match. It goes back and forth and back and forth. And you might miss a hit and they might miss a hit, but it should have a rhythm. It should have a rhythm, and between it should be some kind of connection and some kind of love, that even if what you have to say is hurtful for me, you know, I don't know if you need to make a safe ground, like I need to share this or your safe words or whatever, but it's so important to communicate, because whatever you have that's good, it's going to be even so much better once you get that out. And so what it means is he doesn't know how to communicate. And if you really like him and you think he's worth it, you can start with baby steps. And so I think part of the challenge is men don't process the way women do. Like, we can hear something and go back and forth. Sometimes they need a little bit of time to step away to process what you say. So if it's something you really need him to know, say, look, I don't need you to talk about it right now. We don't need to address it right now, but I need to share this with you. And then I need you later to come back to me. And then that might help, because your opinion is so valuable and he needs to be able to listen, especially if he wants to share his.
Yeah, but you know, we make it seem kind of matter of fact here on the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills, but that's tough. I mean, to tell somebody, I mean, that because especially shout out to Bunny McKnight, my brother Bunny McKnight. The only safe word should be pickle. Oh God. Shout out to my dude Bunny McKnight, my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, at least he knows about safe words. Okay.
Yeah. And on that note, it's time for a break now. But yeah, you know, it's got to be it's got to be.
But look, we got to stop being, can I say the word punk? We got to stop being punks.
Yeah,
this is your life, you know, and you get what you put into it, right? So we've got to empower ourselves to get what we want. And the best way to get what you want is by talking about it, by putting it out there. We don't get what we want if we don't ask for it, if the other person doesn't know what we want.
Nikki Totten says it ended being a 9-hour conversation, and we know how and understand, and we now have an understanding. I think that's what she's saying.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
He knows I'm not desperate and knows what is toxic. You know, and that's kind of like a, you know, that's kind of like a badge of honor for a lot of women. Princess, it's 38 minutes past the hour.
Tread lightly here.
Yeah, like, I'm not desperate. You know,
well, no one wants to be
so
looked at as desperate or needy, right? Because that's not a good look. So women don't want to be perceived that way, because it could be a mistake. And it normally is a mistake, but sometimes it's not. So I like her saying that she's not desperate. That means, you know what, I like you. We're getting along well. I can take it or leave it depending on how we interact. And you guys need to know that sometimes, right? That you can't just come in and dictate what's going to be.
That's right. That's right. Oh my God, it's 20 minutes before the hour. Okay, we got some other stuff we need to talk about. So we're going to take a quick break and come right back with more of this program. It's the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills, and it's on everywhere. blogtalkradio.com, YouTube Live, Facebook Live. I do have a TikTok page. Y'all need to give it my TikTok page. You know, just go on there and follow it. And incidentally, on Facebook, on YouTube, you can subscribe to the Ron Kelly Show. It doesn't cost anything. I appreciate the folks who have gone over there and subscribed so far, but we need like 1 million more, and then we can start thinking about quitting our jobs. Anyway, it's 20 minutes before the hour. We're back with more. It's the Ron Kelly Show with Princess Love Mills. It's on with Princess Love Mills, and it's on blogtalkradio.com. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's the Ron Kelly Show. I got to change the music on that because it sounds like I'm gonna. It sounds like a John Wayne movie. I'm gonna ride out on a horse. Okay, everybody, welcome back. It's the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. It's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, Facebook Live right now, and YouTube Live as well. So in the social media, Princess, in the social media, I mean, do you want to say before we move on, you want to say something? Okay. All right. So I don't want it to seem like they'll be telling me later I'm hogging up the show. So, I mentioned when we talked earlier at our production meeting, I talked about internet dating. Yeah, I don't know if you have any experience with or if you're willing to admit that you.
Yeah, a couple years back, not anytime recently. I did the eHarmony and I did the
oh my God,
the Match.com. I went on a few dates. I traveled a little bit. I did.
Okay, traveled a little bit.
Yeah, I went down to Richmond to meet someone.
Wow,
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. You know, and the thing about the internet dating, if there's some red flags, just like the women look for red flags, and but internet dating is red flags. The red flags for men is if there's all headshots. She weighs 800 pounds. Oh my God. So. What happens is like for example, on Instagram, somebody out of the blue messaged me, hey, I like you. But she lived in Poland. I mean, come on, give me a break. You're 5,000 miles. You want some of this good old American currency. That's what you're trying to do. And so I was hip to it right away. But, those daddy issues, mommy issues, there are a lot of people on, and not to knock internet dating, but there are a lot of people on the internet dating who are not ready for a relationship.
They're not.
I mean, like, how do you know you're not ready? Well, how does a person know, Princess, if they're not ready for a relationship?
Oh my
do
goodness.
they ever know?
If you can spend quality time with yourself and be happy, and this person is just going to embellish your life and not be your other half, because you're a whole person, that's when you're ready. But if you are still not a whole person, you're looking for someone to complete you. You don't know what you like to do, what your hobbies are, what your mission in life is, what gives you pleasure, where you get from. If you don't know you're not ready to be in a relationship.
But I have a problem with that completing, because a
lot of people say this is my better half, and so it insinuates that you're not whole by yourself.
I'm the worst half.
Yeah. Or just you're not complete. And we come as whole human beings. We don't come out the womb as half a person. Okay. We're a whole being, and we can grow as a whole being. But if you're referring to yourself as a half, that means you don't have everything that you need.
Exactly.
You don't believe in yourself the way you need to believe in yourself if you're going to create something new with someone else.
Oh, you know what? Shout out to my boys, Dex, Dr. Lamb, Marshy, Vern. Oh God, I'm forgetting everybody. They're going to kill me. All my people over at the CR Lounge where I hang out at occasionally. Vern, Marsh, Dr. Lamb, Dex. I mean, it's just so many people. Lenny, like this. So shout out to y'all know who I'm talking about. Shout out to my people over at who can you see that?
I do see something now. That's the first time I've seen something.
Okay, yeah, I need to. Yeah, this is what Nikki said the first time she.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's what she said. Okay, so I gotta put it on the screen so you can see it. Okay, shout out to Albert Vega. Shout out to my brother Albert Vega, who does the DJ Tiny, who was on Wednesday nights, I believe it is. Not sure at the time. Go to his page, Albert Vegas. DJ Tiny. It's dwildmusicradio.com. That's dwildmusicradio.com. DJ Tiny, my brother. Love you, man. Love you, my brother. Appreciate you. So the problem is everybody's texting me on my phone. I'm like, can't you know how to use a phone? Albert Vega, here's what Albert Vega said about the show so far. So thank you, brother. Can you see that, Princess?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Albert.
She got the glasses on. Okay. All right. She got the glasses on. Yeah. So the thing with, and that's, that's very, I mean, I'm surprised that you did that.
That I did that?
That you traveled.
Oh.
Well, Richmond is not that far from where you are.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Oh,
it's a couple-hour ride.
Yeah. Because you hear about people flying to California and stuff.
Yeah, that's a bit far. Yeah, it wasn't that far for me. And it was it kind of changed my trajectory. They actually had a job on the campus of Liberty University. And I was inquisitive enough and eventually went there for grad school. So maybe meeting him was just for me to take the next step in my life anyway. So because the relationship didn't go. He was too fresh out of a divorce for it to be something. And so that happens. And I wasn't willing to, just be that person.
You was willing to nurse him back to
emotion. Nah.
Yeah, and I've been divorced, so I know how that is to, because there's a lot of anger. Yeah. And you can visit that anger upon somebody else. Yeah. If you're not careful. So, I did years ago, I did the internet dating thing. Mm-hmm. And I met somebody who lived in Vegas, and they flew all the way from Vegas to New Jersey to meet me. Mm-hmm. And it was a nightmare. I was ready for them to go right back on that plane.
Now, what was the nightmare about it that you didn't know was going to happen before they came?
Well, I was going to, I didn't know that she was going to be like eventually the way she acted, like really ghetto and stuff, because she wasn't like that. And I had, what
does really ghetto mean?
I mean, just no filter and all over the place. You know what ghetto means, Princess. Even though you're not ghetto, but you know what it means. You might have some ghetto girlfriends where you'd be like, oh, you need to go to the bathroom or something. And I was, as a matter of fact, the weekend that she was here, she stayed for the whole weekend. And the weekend she was here, I had this award ceremony, Ron Kelly show back in the day. And she came to the award ceremony with me. Oh my God. And I was just so embarrassed.
Wow.
Shout out to Albert Vega who says ratchet. Yeah, you're right, brother.
So ratchet. There was no indication. How long had you guys communicated before she came?
For a couple months at least.
A couple of months. And there was no sign.
No, see, that's the thing with that's the thing with anybody, dating anybody, not just necessarily internet dating, even though that's the subject of this. It's 49 minutes past the hour. And you never know, like this, you never know a person until they get mad, and
that's interesting.
Yeah, until they get mad, because when they get mad, all bets are off. But until as long as they're satisfied, you're not going to hear. As long as they're not angry, because then now your tires are flat and your windows are broken and your car.
Well, see, that's the vibration of women that you're attracting. I'm sorry, all women aren't like that.
Oh, well.
I have not sliced one tire. I have not broken one window. I haven't burned any clothes or thrown any clothes out.
Oh, no, what was the name of that? Thin Line. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the little girl was, oof. And I tell you what, everybody was straight for a little while after they
after that.
I know I was. I'm like, I only got one car and I can't afford them to burn it. But I mean, there's some pluses and some minuses to the internet dating thing, because shout out to Bunny McKnight that says that's not true. Your girlfriends will do it for you. I'm not 100% sure what he meant by that. I'm like,
no, I don't have, my girlfriends won't do it either.
He said,
I won't do it. I'll get somebody else to do it.
Oh, he's addressing you, Princess. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, girl, here, go burn his car. He has a point, though. He has a point. Not that one of your girlfriends will burn the car, but,
Right.
but
Right.
there's some
You know, girlfriends look out for girlfriends, and sometimes they can be more hurt than you. That's also why you've got to be careful who you share your business with and what you tell people, because you might get over something, forgive somebody something, but one of your sisters or someone, your girlfriends, they're still mad. Oh, no, not bougie. No,
Bunny McKnight says
not bougie.
Yeah, he says you so y'all bougie. Yeah, you and your girlfriends are bougie.
Mm-mm.
So who you been talking to, Bunny McKnight? Yeah. And he's got a nice car. He's got a BMW.
Oh, does he?
I haven't seen him in a while, but I'm kind of fairly certain he still has it.
Mm-hmm.
And Albert Vega is making faces at us. Okay.
Yes.
All right, everybody. It's about 8 minutes before the hour. Here's your friend Nikki Totten.
Okay,
That's what she's saying.
Words of internet dating. Yeah.
Did you read that out, Princess?
Men hide behind their words on internet dating like they have ghostwriters. I had one man call me ghetto bougie because I rather cook than eat ravioli. Oh my goodness, absolutely, girlfriend. Ravioli is toxic. Okay, that's not good. And Lord, so you would be blessing him to cook good home cooked food. Oh my gosh, he needs help. Help. Somebody help him.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Thank you, Nikki. Bunny McKnight says, yeah, he still has his car. Okay. But he still has your car. That's a good thing, Buddy McKnight. That's a very good thing. I'm glad you do, brother. I'm glad you do. Ghetto bougie.
It's the same one. Mm-hmm.
Ghetto, yeah, ghetto. Yeah. No, I just want to take another look at ghetto. Yeah. All right.
And they can hide behind it because well, anyone can hide behind the internet because people, just like on the social media platforms, they make things look like they're not. You know, I saw someone hanging off a cliff the other day and it looked like they climbed up this mountain. And then when they showed the real picture, they were just like 2 feet from the ground. But the way they angled it and shot it, it looked like nothing that really was happening.
Well, you know, one of the issues, one of the complaints, I mean, because I'm a tall man, so, you know, I don't have to worry about the short man rejection syndrome. I don't have to worry about that because I'm over 6 feet. But that was one of the major complaints of the women that I talked to, because I wasn't just like, I wasn't trying to talk to all of them. I was gathering information because some of them I was like, no. Mm-hmm. But I was just gathering information. And that was, if I can say that was the number one, it's about 7 minutes before the hour, everybody, 6 minutes before the hour. The major complaint was saying you're 6'3" when you're only 5'3".
Yeah, because they want a shot. But let me tell you what I heard. I heard that actually short men are often better lovers than tall men. Because tall men have the women flock to them, you're right, because they got the height and I guess the fantasies there. But see, these shorter men, they're willing to put in the work. So don't sleep on short men, ladies.
Wow. Did anybody, I want to hear from somebody about that. I got to, you know what? I got to set up the phone lines.
They know that they've got to come with something else. And so oftentimes they do. That's what I've heard.
Oh, so they got to make up for the shortness.
Yeah, but it pays off. It's often very good for the woman. See, she says absolutely. So don't sleep on the short guy.
Oh boy, I started this stuff because Albert Vega is short too. Because I know him personally, he's short. Okay, all right. Don't sleep on. Okay, all right. Now all the short people are going to be outside my window with tiki torches. I'm Frankenstein or something. Okay, all right. Peace to the short brothers. Peace in the Middle East. Don't kill me. But that was one of the major concerns because a lot of women don't want to date short guys. They date because one of the things that they said, it's about 5 minutes before the hour. One of the things they said was that they don't feel safe. They don't feel protected.
No, a lot of strength can come in small packages. It depends. Now, if he's a short guy and he's thin, I mean, yeah, maybe so, but that's not always the package.
So if he's short like Pee Wee Herman, and you might feel like you may have to hit somebody with a garbage can or whatever. No, but that was one of that and just straight up lying, like the pictures from 20 years ago.
But everyone does it equally. So
the pictures, the old pictures from high school or pictures from 20 years ago when you didn't have gray hair and now you do. Here's Nikki. It's about 4 minutes before the hour. Here's Nikki, Princess. What does she say?
She said he was 5'2" and she's 5'10", and he was the best that she had, and he truly loved her. Okay, may he rest in peace.
Oh boy. All right, maybe
There's something real to that. See, they don't have stuff given to them. It's not like taken for granted. They know they have to work for it.
because he was 5'2" and he had to make up for the shortages.
Yeah, I don't know if you call it makeup if you want to, but it's just, and that they say that even though he's physically a short man, his spirit may be very large.
Oh, okay. So, oh wow, this is a princess I didn't know about. Okay, this is a new prince. Okay, all right, I'm with it. It's about 3 minutes before the hour. So, listen, everybody, thank you so much. Oh, there you go, princess.
I like you too, Nikki.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now.
Would you
Please try a little later.
I have one of those portals, and I still don't know how to use it. It just comes on when it feels like it. But okay, everybody, there's about 3.5 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. And unfortunately, we have to vacate the premises. But thank you, everybody, for checking us out. And the new Ron Kelly show featuring Princess Love Mills. You want to shout somebody out or whatever before we bounce, Princess?
I do. I'll shout out my aunt, Camille Evans. She has this UB Shield. Go to ubshield.com and you can protect your hair from heat styles. Protect your ears, your face, and your neck, ladies.
Okay, next time she's got to pay us, but we'll let you get that off. Next time
fun. Thank you, Cynthia.
Next time she's got to sign a contract. Oh, you know Cynthia?
No, she just said that was fun.
Oh, you don't know her?
No, but
okay, cool. Oh, now what is this? The Princess Show featuring Ron Kelly? Oh my goodness, y'all turning on me. All right, look, I'll deal with it. We go on iHeartRadio, whatever. I'll roll with it. Trust me. As long as I'm getting paid, I can be just the engineer. As long as I'm getting paid, I don't care. Take me off. Look at this. Look. Don't hate. Oh my goodness. No, I love Princess. Come on, y'all. I'm just playing. 1.5 minutes left to the show. Okay. So don't hate. Yeah, wow. Okay. Albert Vega, love you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Finally,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. Finally, a little love for the brother. All right, everybody, we're going to break out of here. It's about 1 minute left to the program. We want to thank you so much for joining us on the new Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. And we will be back next Thursday. Oh, will we? Because it's Thanksgiving. Maybe we won't be.
Yeah, let's
we're gonna skip next week. We'll be back the following week. We'll be because I think I'll be down south anyway, somewhere next week. All right, so we won't see you next week. We'll see you the following week on the oh boy, it'll be December 2nd already. No. Yeah, it'll be December 2nd. Yeah, so we'll see you back here December 2nd. It's about 30 seconds left. Thank you, Princess Love Mills. Thank you all who commented. Albert, Bunny, Cynthia, even though you hated on me. Nikki, all the folks who regularly tune into the Ron Kelly Show. So we'll see you back here in 2 weeks for another great edition of the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. So until then, everybody, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And we may not have it all together, but together we can definitely have it all.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We're done.
All right.